was looking for certifications these days.
Oh, I mean, it helps.
Certified OGs.
Oh, certified OGs.
That's all I got. I'm a certified thug.
What's that one song? Want to be a baller, shot caller.
Blaze. All right, we got the audio going.
You ready? 3, 2, 1. You know, like
Lord,
in Naruto. Yeah, I mean, we got the Naruto shirt.
It's just a whole bunch of like people, you know, throwing up gang.
Oh yeah, that's what it is.
Squaring up, pretty much.
Yeah, just throwing up
gang-related anime.
It is. I mean, they got different like clans and shit. That's the gangs.
Yeah.
But welcome to another episode of Mofos with the Long podcast.
You already know.
Mm-hmm. And in this episode, we're doing the devil all the time.
Not the devil some of the time.
Yeah, all the time.
Part of the time.
Part-time devil.
The devil's a part-timer. You seen that one? The anime?
Oh, that's an anime?
Yes, devil's a part-timer. No.
How many hours does he work?
He's a part-time employee, okay?
Oh.
I don't know
Is
what
it
his
like a
schedule
horror
is.
anime or?
Huh?
It's like a horror anime?
I forgot. I saw like one episode, something like that.
I've never heard of that one.
But yeah.
But so you picked this movie.
I did because I heard it was like really good.
From who?
From Dez and then like one other person.
Oh,
I can't remember who. But I will say right off the bat, just to start off the episode, this is probably a bad way to start off the episode.
No, it's all good.
I only got to watch it once.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say the story to me was so captivating that I got so lost in it, I wasn't paying attention to a lot of the technical aspects of the film.
Okay.
So a lot of my commentary today is not going to deal with a lot of the technical aspects, just because the story sucked me in so hard.
Okay.
Which I think is a good sign as far as the writing.
Well, yeah. I have the exact opposite experience of you, dude.
All right.
I thought this shit was boring all the time. That's
Lord.
what I thought this shit was.
That's why you started off like, hey, you picked this one.
Yeah. No, I just like, I was curious, you know. I guess it'll be a good discussion. So you said the story captivated you and everything?
Yeah. I like a lot of like there's movies where like nothing really ties it, and everything just kind of seems to like fly off the handle, and you're like, okay, what was the purpose of that? What was the purpose of this? Like, and things just kind of seem like not tied together. This is like the exact opposite of all those movies, because like everything has to do with everything else.
Yeah.
I mean, he even talks about it, like the narrator talks about it in the intro.
Interesting tidbits about the narrator. I guess that's the author of the book.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't know this was based on the book until I did some like digging.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that was the author that was doing the narration.
Wow.
How do you feel about his narration?
I thought he had a good voice.
He does. Yeah. Apparently that's his first time doing something like this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I guess he didn't even do the voice work for like, you know, the audiobook. The audiobook, and
Yeah, they usually bring someone else in for that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for the audiobooks.
This guy's a good voice. Maybe he didn't like his own voice like most people.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, it was a good choice for the voiceover.
Yeah, I liked his voice. I like his narration too. But yeah, you want to go on more about the story and stuff like that?
Yeah, no, it's very I mean, finding out now that it's based on a book, because I didn't know that ahead of time either. It makes a lot of sense.
It does, yeah.
That it was very like the movie itself, I thought was very like, you know, focused on the story. And I will say like the pacing was kind of like it would start up, build, big things would happen, and then like slow things would happen.
Yeah.
But like at the same time, for me personally, I didn't have like too much of an issue with it, because it was like show you something big and then give you like a little bit of chance to calm down before the next thing like comes up. And that's the way I took it.
Okay. For me, it just like it did a lot of setup, which ended up, I guess, kind of paying off at the ending. It's just like the setup was brutally long to me. To me, yeah, like the first 40 minutes, man, I was like, Jesus, this shit. this shit is slow as hell, man. Then when Tom Holland comes in, I was like, oh, okay, I guess we're mostly done with the movie. Then I look at the time, it's 46 minutes into it, and another hour and a half. I was like, oh, here we go, man. Here we go. But I would say I do like, one, the soundtrack. I really like the soundtrack. It kind of reminds me of the Mafia games where they play like the old timey music, but it fits really well. Then I guess I see what you're saying. Like everything connects together, and it makes sense why maybe they show like each stages of stuff because it's all going to come back anyway.
Right. Yeah.
So you want to touch on like some of the characters and
yeah. Well, first thing I noticed right off the bat is like how many like British actors or like English actors are in this movie that are like acting like Southern or not.
How do you feel about their accents?
I thought they were really good. I don't think anyone was like really lacking.
Robert Pattinson made me laugh though a couple of times.
Oh yeah,
because he did the Terrence Howard when he was getting like interrogated by Tom Holland about what's his sister. The sister's name? I forgot.
Did you say Maine?
Yeah, Maine. Yeah, it's like, roll me, Maine. I started dying, dude. but other than Tom Holland did a really good job.
Oh, yeah.
I thought so.
Yeah, he, like, when he plays Spider-Man, he has, like, a really good, just, like, a natural American, like, kind of, like, neutral. I mean, he's supposed to be from Queens.
Yeah, Queens,
But it's kind of, like, more of, like, a neutral. It's not, like, a heavy Queens accent or anything like that, just kind of like an American neutral. So he does like a really good job encapsulating that, and I thought that his Southern accent was pretty strong too.
Yeah, I thought so too.
The only thing Darby said that Robert Pattinson's accent is good but doesn't match his face.
I can see that.
Yeah,
to me he's the one that stands out the most of like the accent's kind of wonky here and there.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, here and there, like because it seemed like he was trying a little bit too hard to sound. I guess I used to say Southern until I got made fun of Southern, But
Southern.
Yeah, I used to say Southern until Destiny was like, "What the fuck are you saying?" But
Southern accent.
Yeah, I used to say because that's what I thought it was Southern accents.
Well, I mean, it makes sense. Southern.
Yeah,
but no,
Southern. Until I got fried, I was like, okay, I guess Southern.
I'm sure there's someone out there that says Southern.
Yeah. It was me before, But, damn, I lost my point. But, yeah, everybody else was fine. Even, like, the guy who played It.
Bill Skarsgård?
Yeah. That guy has crazy-ass eyes, man. Dude, that guy's scary.
Well, yeah, I think that's why he played his character so well. Willard?
Oh, yeah, Willard.
Yeah.
Dude, when they're praying... I guess we're going to, like, kind of like the brief storyline. So we kind of see different, like... it deals with like I guess super Christians are dumb or super Christians are evil. It's like a lot of like super Christians. It seems like with this movie.
So that's what Darby said. And it's like super Christians. This is like I didn't get that vibe necessarily. I felt like it was more about like, do things happen for a reason or do they happen by coincidence? And like the narrator even says like it's a little of both.
Yeah.
And like whether you want to attribute that to like God or like what more of just kind of like a force out there or something. Like there are some things that are just so serendipitous that you're like there's no way that was chance. You know what I mean? See,
when I was watching this movie and you mentioned this earlier how everything connects, I know I've mentioned this a couple of times with other movies, so I was like, man, this is like a fucking Dollar General version of Pulp Fiction or something, That's what I was thinking the whole time. Another movie reminded me of was like A Place Beyond the Pines. Have you ever seen that movie?
Is that the one with not Jake Gyllenhaal? I'm thinking Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
I've seen bits and pieces. I haven't seen it all the way through.
So that one also has to do with like legacy and stuff following up, and it also has like different stages of you see before and why it kind of affects things and characters later on. So this kind of had the same similar like tone or just like similar story beats. But with this one, like I said, the pacing and it was just kind of a drag to me. But I don't want to do the repeat of Cruella. I'm glad you actually like it, so you could be more positive in this episode. But yeah, so we see it's like We see Willard. He's a veteran.
Yeah.
I was about to say he's a veterinarian, but yeah, I mean, he's a fucked up kind.
Yeah.
So, we see he's a veteran and just coming back from the war after seeing some crazy shit.
Yeah.
And we kind of see him also meet with other characters that comes later on in the movie. And we see that he has a son with what's his name? A kid with what's his girl's name in the movie?
Oh Lord, I can't even remember.
Oh man, I can't. But we see how, like, you know, maybe he still kind of has some effects from the war.
Yeah.
Seeing how he, you know, beats up a couple of dudes talking about his woman,
which
is very manly ass shit to do, especially back then. And unfortunately his wife passes away, and he just kind of loses it, and it kind of builds on to more shit that kind of affects his kid Arvin. Later played by Tom Holland, and both of the actors, I would say, Tom Holland and the other kid that plays Arvin, I think they did a good job.
Yeah, like young Arvin.
Yeah.
Young Arvin on the track.
What? Young Arvin?
Young Arvin on the track.
What up, Arv? But then we also see another storyline with what's it? Loretta. Was it Loretta? The kid from the other one?
Oh, Lorena.
Yeah. Oh, Loretta.
Lorena? Yeah, Lorena.
Okay.
I think it was.
We see her plot with her parents, another super Christian that kind of delusional, the one that tries to be Spider-Man or some shit by dropping spiders on his face.
That dude was crazy.
That guy was weird. But you know what's even weird? Before he died, like, his death scene was kind of funny to me because it's like, the other guy's like, hey man, you can bang my wife. It's like, no, like, have you seen me? Some shit like that. And he just seems so confused by the offer, you know, because they're trying to do some swinging shit before they murder people.
That was their MO.
Yeah, their MO. But yeah, we see that plot line, and we see how, like, Loretta and Arvin kind of became like siblings in the same household. In a way, I mean, you could add more.
No, I mean, yeah, kind of like step siblings.
Yeah,
I mean, like, cause, like, really, she had no blood relation.
Yeah, she
and the only tie that they really had was Helen was the girl that Willard's mom wanted Willard to get with, but he had got with the waitress. I can't remember her name for the life of me.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Charlotte. There we go.
Charlotte.
Yeah.
Good Charlotte.
Yelling at Charlotte and stuff.
Yeah, and it's crazy because, like, when we see the diner, I mean, like, it all, I mean, from the get-go, like, everything ties into something because, like, when he's in the war, we see homie crucified.
Yeah, a lot of crucifixion in this movie.
Yeah, I mean
maybe just two.
Yeah, just the two. And they, like, tie into each other.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, he sees that shit in the war. Then he goes to the diner, and then he was supposed to sit at the seat where he would have met up with the other waitress. I can't remember her name.
Was it Clark and what's the other girl's name? I don't remember the other girl's name. The one that ends up doing it.
It was Carl. And it's some shit.
Fuck it, I'll look it up right now.
They said something about, like, the whore of Tecumseh or something like that. But yeah. But anyways, yeah, so, like, he was supposed to sit down and get served by her, but then Carl had taken his seat, so he went to go sit down at the other place, and that's when he ended up getting served by that one, by Charlotte, yeah. Or bring up the cast, because we were fucking this up.
Hold up, was it Sandy? Sandy. Yeah. Sandy was
Sandy Cheeks.
Oh my god. I mean, it kind of fits with this movie.
Oh yeah.
With their MO and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Jason Clarke plays Carl.
Yeah. That's where you got the Clark from.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I was mixing up the stuff. What's it called? Robert Pattinson played Preston.
Yeah.
And I guess that's what's his name.
Who's the mom? Was the mom's name is Charlotte?
The mom's name? Whose mom?
Arvin's mom.
Oh yeah, she's Charlotte.
It's Charlotte. Okay, good Charlotte.
Yeah. But yeah, you were talking about how, like.
Oh yeah, so like just even that, like, everything in there comes back
Like even the
in
gun
one
too.
form or another. Oh yeah, even the gun.
That's
Yeah,
the biggest, like one of the biggest things.
yeah. He's like, oh yeah, supposedly the one that Hitler did himself in. With.
Yeah.
He's like, man, you're full of shit.
By the end of it, like with that gun, I started thinking about this. I guess it was some like old Western show back in the day called like Have Gun Will Travel. That's what it just kind of reminded me of, because Tom Holland just kept going around murking people once he got the gun.
Yeah,
it's just like he just traveling around murking people.
It's like hobo with a shotgun.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Once he gets a shotgun.
A hobo with a Ruger.
Oh Lord.
Which is funny because I think the guy in Hobo with a Shotgun is called Rutger Hauer. I think that's his name.
What?
Yeah, the guy who played the hobo in Hobo
yeah.
with a Shotgun. Yeah. But
We need to review that movie.
oh, dude! I love that movie. Well, I already killed the review right there, but
yeah.
fuck, I can still talk about it. But yeah, so we just kind of have different plot lines where we have, what's his name, Carl and Sandy. They like to they have like their own weird.
They swing in the murder.
Yeah, murder people.
They take pictures of it.
That's like a saw plot that's kind of going on.
Saw plot.
Yeah, I know. The moment I said, it's like, damn, my accent just kind of fucked that up. I would say subplots, but
you said subplot.
yeah, that's all.
I thought you said saw plot. I was like, it's not
that's
exactly like saw. But I mean, subplot. Okay,
yeah, it's like a subplot
Sorry.
that's going. No,
I'm not trying to like pick on your accent.
Nah, it's all good. I've heard worse. Yeah, we have that storyline going on. Then we kind of after. So we are in the beginning. What's his name, Willard, and his wife she has cancer. And, he kind of like loses it, and
he puts a lot of pressure on Arvin in that situation.
like dude, the scene
like, you're not praying hard
when
enough.
he smacked the shit out of his head, dude. I was fucking laughing. I'm sorry. A lot of like dark shit in this movie made me laugh so hard. There's one I'll talk about later on. I know I'm not supposed to laugh, but I was fucking dying. I can say it now. It was when Loretta, went to go try to commit suicide after she found she was pregnant.
Oh shit.
And she's like, she changes her mind. Then she started taking off fucking slips. I'm fucking.
Damn, you fucked up, bro. Damn, son. Savage, bro. That was fucked up.
I had to rewind that part.
You had to rewind. Oh my god, you can laugh at it again. Oh, what an asshole, bro. Damn, you fucked up.
I just like to.
Fucked up.
Because it was so dumb the way she died, she's like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. Then just the way she had like crazy feet, fucking, then falls off the bucket. I guess she kicked the bucket.
Oh my god, you fucked up, bro. She kicked the bucket. Jesus Christ. It looked like when people have been failing that crate challenge, Oh, Lord. We're going to hell. We're going to hell, we're getting canceled. And then we'll be with the devil all the time.
Yeah, that's it. I'm sorry to derail this, but that shit made me laugh so hard. Man, I'm so sorry.
That's so fucked up. I know what you're talking about, though, because it did look like kind of awkward.
Yeah, it was just so dumb. Then another thing that made me laugh really bad was so when Willard's wife dies and he sacrifices the dog. And he has like Arvin, and they're praying. He's like, it's gonna bring her back to life. And they did a hard cut to the next scene of her not coming back. I was like, you fucking dumbass.
That one I did like laugh a little bit. Yeah. I was like, damn.
I don't know if they did it to be serious or anything, but it made me laugh so hard. Oh, I'm sorry, man. But yeah, you want to touch on anything with?
With those parts, at first I was scared for Arvin. I was this bro's about to crucify Arvin.
Yeah, that's true.
Save his wife or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he got the dog. But then That's still fucked up.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, dude, when you finally see the dog,
mm-hmm.
and
yeah.
the dog is like crucified.
Yeah,
what the fuck?
That was really like some dark imagery right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like,
this movie is really dark.
But it tied back to the war.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah,
I'd seen that.
Yeah,
Like that. I mean, because they didn't even used to sacrifice animals like that.
No,
they had their. No, I mean, like, you know, back in. Some people say like the Bible's like legit. Some people say it's like a storybook. However you want to take it. If you take it as like, you know, historically accurate, then like in accordance with the Bible, they didn't sacrifice them that way.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
They do
Put them on a cross or something. Like, no, that was no.
Nah, I can't talk about the Bible.
Oh, damn, you about to...
No, I was about to say something. I was like, nah, my sister would be disappointed in me.
Oh,
but yeah.
Yeah, let's not
yeah,
make this known by our family.
Yeah.
Not this episode. If we haven't already been.
But, yeah, the crucifixion of the dog was very dark.
Yeah.
And we see how it affects Arvin.
Yeah.
And because, one, you know, he loved that dog.
Uh-huh.
And I guess he never really got to properly bury the dog. And it also showed that, I guess, at a certain point, he just kind of had some, you can see he had some anger towards his dad.
Yeah.
Because he kind of like, you know, nuts up and like, I ain't crying, you know. Once the dad, after the dad kills the dog, and we see that Willard has committed suicide.
Why did he commit suicide?
Oh yeah, I can't believe he committed suicide. Why? Why did he commit suicide?
We gotta do the breed.
Oh, Neil Breen.
Neil
Breen. Neil Breen come on the podcast. But yeah, so after that, I guess they just kind of like we fast forward and we kind of see the modern day stuff with Tom Holland and seeing Loretta with the family and see how like I really like their kinship too. Because even though they're not really like siblings, because they grew up together, they act like siblings.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool.
And they look out for each other. It was really nice.
Mm-hmm. And I guess you can see how it calls back to how Arvin handles violence and stuff with the bullies.
Yeah, I mean, because it goes back to like, because there was a scene where they're like praying in the woods or some shit, and then like some dudes are coming by talking about how they're gonna fuck Willard's wife or whatever.
Yeah,
when he's not home or some shit, and then later on he goes finds them and then just like murks their asses. That
was very satisfying to see actually.
Yeah, and then that's when he tells him, he's like, you know, I knew I couldn't take him, you know, I picked a very particular time to go ahead and do it. But yeah, so that kind of ties into the way that, you know, Arvin chooses to handle those things when his time comes. Because I mean, he did try to initially, because they were picking on Lorena, or is that her name?
The thing's Loretta.
Loretta?
Oh, yeah, let me see.
Or are we just like...
Oh, it's Lenora.
Lenora, there we go.
Oh, man, we've been fucking this shit up. We need our own Jamie, man. They can just kind of help us out in the background.
Jamie, pull up the...
Yeah, Jamie, pull up the cast real quick.
Man. No, they were talking about, like, when they were... they had just confirmed that, like, Kanye was going to be on the Joe Rogan. They were like... I think your wife had a sex tape. Jamie, can we pull that up?
Oh my god.
Like,
can you imagine?
Oh, dude, Lord.
Kanye wants to have a meltdown. Walt Disney.
You can't give me any advice.
But yeah, back to the movie. Dude, this movie has been derailed, man. Oh. But yeah, we see how he, you know, the stuff that he sees with his dad. Yeah, he kind of like he's meticulous. He picks his like the points and when he wants to attack and stuff like that. And seeing how he also handled the bullies that were bullying Lenora. That was also a really satisfying scene to watch because he beat the shit out of him. Like he caved some dude's chest in with the pipe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That was graphic. Yeah, this movie is really graphic.
Yeah.
And dark. And you know, I give it props for that. I'm trying to think of like another really thing I like. I like how they. It seems like it wasn't until the Sandy and Carl story. They kind of messed around with some stuff here and there because it kind of like cutaways to stuff. That's kind of interesting. I was like, at least they're doing something different there. I have like a non-linear storyline going on there. I would say for me, like I said, the first hour and a half, it was a chore for me to watch. Then the last like 46 minutes, after learning Lenora and the pastor have been getting down in the car. I like how when Lenora tells him like I'm pregnant, and she's pregnant, and he just kind of
he's trying to gaslight her.
Yeah, but he started doing some random ass speech that made no sense to the point where Lenora was like, I don't know what you're talking about, bro. you know?
Like, you're delusional.
Yeah.
All we ever do was pray to God.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? How do you pray?
Yeah.
But I mean, because like he's like talking about how like he gaslit her the first time, talking about like, oh, you ever showed yourself to God?
Yeah.
That was creepy. He played a creeper.
Yeah.
I mean, he did a good job playing the creeper. You know what I'm saying? But that character is a fucking.
Oh yeah, that guy was gross, and it's fucked up. And he's like, there's actually people like that out there. So, yeah, after the whole Lenora and I guess kicks the buckets. I'm sorry to bring that back. That's when the movie just kind of gets interesting to me because it seems like that's when I finally focused on something, and that's when stuff started kind of intertwining and there's actually more momentum going. But yeah, the first 90 minutes was absolutely brutal for me, man. But you could talk about more things that you like about this movie.
That I like about this movie. I mean, I think it all comes back because I mean, like, I'm trying to.
Like the gun comes back.
Like the gun comes back. It goes down to like, even like the guy that found him, and then waited with him till the cops came.
Yeah.
And then the cop that comes, Bodecker, that comes back later.
Sebastian Stan. Apparently he was wearing a fat suit the whole movie.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, because I thought, man, that's some dedication.
Yeah.
To get fat for this.
Yeah, and that's what, like, I didn't even notice it was him at first, and I was like, holy shit, that's Sebastian Stan.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, I was thinking, like, like, he's a little bigger in this movie to the point that I was like, is that him, or is that just, like, when there's, like, a bigger, like, look-alike out there or something?
It's like the Johnny Cage. How
like,
Johnny Cage was in the first movie, and Mortal Kombat second one is like,
oh, Lord.
Is that Johnny Cage? Is that the same one from the first one, or is that somebody different? Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, no. So like, because they be doing that sometimes in movies where like they'll find like the dollar store version of an actor because they couldn't get the actual actor they wanted.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. And so like all of that just kind of comes back. And talking about like just things that come back. So like Bodecker's sister is Sandy. Yeah, and then Sandy's with Carl.
Carl.
Yeah, and then it's just a whole bunch of shit, and that like, and then Sandy used to work with Charlotte. And then what else? What else is there to tie back to? I don't know. It just like all kind of comes.
What's it called? Master Stiff? Oh, Knock 'em Stiff. The place.
Knock 'em Stiff.
Knock 'em Stiff. That's a weird ass name for it. Is that a real town?
I don't even know. I didn't bother to look it up, but I mean, if it is, if you live there,
that was
you live in a weird
name
town. I don't know the goings on of that town, if it is real, but I mean, if you live there, you gotta admit that's a kind of a weird name.
Yeah.
Knock 'em Stiff.
That's so
that might have meant something else back in the day, like, because I mean, you look at old comic books. There's one that's just like, I think it was like Captain America was like down on some part, and then like Tony Stark is like it looks like you need a good solid dick from an Iron Man, because solid dick used to be like straight talk or whatever. It was like, oh, that didn't age well. You need some solid dick.
Didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah. You think they knew what they were doing? Yeah, they probably knew exactly what they were doing.
It's like that SpongeBob perfect, you know, adults like, aha, see, I see what you did there. Knock them stiff. I'm saying, but I'm trying to think of what else ties in. I mean, he goes back to the place that Bo Decker gets him from.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's why I guess it all ends.
It ends where it started. Really.
Yeah, it kind of ends where it started. It goes like in a full circle type shit. I'm trying to think of other, besides the music, some of the acting was good. I'm trying to think of other positives.
Some of the acting.
I mean,
who was bad? Who was lacking?
That's Robert Pattinson, man. The accent
Pattinson was lacking.
The accent was shotty here and there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about it. I just wish the pacing was better in this movie, so it won't be such a chore. Because the first time I watched it, I was like, I have to watch this shit again, you know. Then, yeah, second time I watched it, dude, I'll admit, I got to a point, it's like, I can't do this anymore. So I just kind of let it play in the background while I use my phone and shit, you know.
Lord.
Yeah, it was really dull for me, man.
Dang.
Yeah.
So you thought this movie was trash.
It committed one of the biggest sins. Funny enough, a movie has to do with fucking religion shit. Yeah, committed sins. One of the biggest sins a movie could commit for me is like just being boring. You know, not even boring not even like, for me, I could watch a bad movie, and if it's like something funny happens, I could like just talk shit about it throughout the whole time. It'd be a fun watch. But if it's just like just boring, then it's like, damn, I don't even want to watch this shit again, man. You know. But I don't want to shit on this movie.
It sounds like you're shitting on this movie. Sounds like you really want to shit on this movie.
I don't want to, so I'm trying to be level-headed about this whole stuff.
I had a completely different experience.
Oh yeah, that's how
I
enjoyed
it. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed it a lot. Mm-hmm. And as far as the pacing goes, like I said, you know, like they would show you something big, like big moments, like the dog being crucified, or like the dad killed himself or something. Like, and then for me, it felt like it gives you some like breathing room, so it's not just like death and violence and stuff all the time.
Lots of people did die in this movie too, though.
Oh yeah, everyone did. Yeah. I mean, because we have a serial killer couple.
Oh yeah, that's true.
People can be dying left and right. But yeah, and then even Bodecker goes and like kills the like
mafia dudes.
Yeah,
what's his name? Bobo or Bilbo?
Bilbo. Bobo.
Yeah.
Bobo is like, he's more of like the right hand man. And it's like, and then
Bobo and what's the other guy?
I don't even know.
That scene was funny to me too, because after he killed Bobo or Bilbo Baggins or whatever his name. Yeah, he goes upstairs to go kill a head honcho, and he's talking shit about Bobo. And it's like, what if Bobo walked in and it's like, yeah, Bobo does this for me and does that for me. He's
the boss. What's Bobo gonna do?
Well, it's just funny. Imagine going there like, oh, Bobo, he does this for me, he does that for me. He's simple. Okay, bye. That was a conversation. Like, you're just talking shit about him for like
Jack.
Yeah, for like 10 minutes. That was just the conversation. But see, like, they were just, I guess the storylines did kind of play to each other, but they'll just kind of introduce another storyline. My head's like, oh, here we go, another one. But
you just said dollar store wannabe Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, like, or Jackie Brown.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah, it really reminded me of just Pulp Fiction and A Place Beyond the Pines. That's about it, because that movie deals a lot with legacy. And this movie, I feel like it deals a lot with legacy too. And but I guess, like you said, there's a theme with it, maybe whether it's like chance or fate. I mean, Pulp Fiction kind of had the same thing too.
You didn't think the deaths were strong? Or no, you said they were gory.
Oh yeah,
I thought there was good acting throughout. Like, especially the one that struck me the most was
like death wise.
Yeah, death wise was probably what's it? Helen.
Oh, the one that got stabbed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Roy. Yeah, because that one, like, because you kind of just watch her bleed out.
Yeah, yeah.
I will say something looked funny with the blood.
Yeah, it kind of seemed clumpy, didn't it?
It seemed like it might have been CG almost.
Oh, you think so? It was like very clumpy. It was like droplets, like big ass.
Yeah.
Droplets.
I was like, I don't know if it would come out like that. I'm not I'm not a anatomy major or anything like that, so I don't know exactly. Dexter. But I felt like it wouldn't come out the way it did, and like just the way it looked on the ground kind of looked a little like it may have been CG, which may have I don't know, given her more room to play with, like how she was acting, so she didn't have to like worry about the blood actually being there, or like I don't know.
Well, it's maybe one of those things that attach to the neck. They have those things like kind of like a pipe or whatever it is. You just kind of drop too much.
Yeah, I don't know. It looked a little CG to me.
I think Robert Pattinson's death scene, the pastor, I thought that was a good one. Because the way he acts in that scene, I guess I was talking shit about him earlier, but I think he really did good acting in that scene. And the way he's acting when he got shot, just kind of like kind of fighting, and you can see the shock, like, oh, this motherfucker shot me, Yeah. Then he gets marked. Finish. Finish him. But like I said, the last like 14 minutes was actually when it became enjoyable. And I just thought it was funny, like, I mentioned earlier how when Arvin got that gun, he just started murking fools. And it's like he's not even murking fools confidently. He's just like looking away and shooting, but he gets them though. So that's what he did throughout the whole movie, seemed like.
I mean,
he murked the whole the Sandy and the whole Decker bloodline.
Decker bloodline, sister. Yeah, he really did.
Technical stuff, you don't even have to really think about that. I think nothing really technically stood out to me. It just kind of seemed like an average movie.
It seemed like the story wise, it was kind of like a there's evil people around him, and he feels like he has no choice but to like take them out.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And so I think maybe that's where the title comes from, because like they had even said like to his dad he seemed like the devil all the time or something like that. And then my theory is like that has more to do with like like the devil. He's gonna have I think Roy says he's gonna come up with more punishments than like even Hitler was able to come up with, like worse punishments, and so like everyone that was kind of doing evil, it seemed like, except for like maybe one character, I mean, like Tom Holland Arvin kind of took care of everyone, it seemed like.
Yeah, he's like the executioner.
Yeah, pretty much. I would say with the exception of Roy, because Roy gets taken out by Sandy and
Carl.
Yeah.
The title I saw, I saw this on when I was kind of doing some research about the movie. So I guess it's like from an excerpt or a saying that says like they thought like God was controlling them, but was the devil all the time.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
I think so. I'm kind of paraphrasing, but it's just like a quote like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I don't know where the quote is from exactly.
Yeah.
But it's an interesting quote. And
going back to the story, I did like the resolution, because like the whole time, Lenora, there we go.
Yeah,
I was gonna say Loretta.
Yeah. No, it's all good, man.
Okay, so yeah, she had said like she wanted him to get right with his dad and kind of forgive him, even though he's like passed. So that got resolved, because like towards the end, they had said something like he forgave his dad, and he realized like he had no choice, that he needed to be wherever Charlotte was. And then also like another resolution, because when they're pulling him away the night that his dad had committed suicide, one of the things that he says in the car is like, "Who's gonna bury the dog's name?" I can't remember the dog's name.
I can't remember either.
Something with a B, I think.
Ben 10?
Huh?
Ben Tennyson?
Ben Tennyson.
I'm sorry. Well, yeah, you can keep talking.
Oh, are you looking for it?
Yeah. I can't find the actor, the dog actor.
The dog actor. Oh, Lord.
I'm sorry. Also,
how do they get paid? Do they get paid in like treats?
No, I think they pay the owner.
Oh, they pay the owner.
Yeah,
okay,
they have
that
to.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Did you find it?
I'm still looking.
Oh, okay. But yeah, no, he's like, who's gonna bury? He says his dog's name, and then like it turns out, he was the one who went back and buried his dog finally. So that was like a nice resolution.
Jack was the name of the dog.
Jack. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, Jack. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's gonna bury Jack. Mm-hmm. And then he finally got to at the end, and he stuck the Luger in there as well.
the Luger. Yeah. So I'm thinking about a loogie. I don't know why, but
that makes you think of when the boss.
Oh yeah,
on
that shit was
bill.
gross.
Yeah.
Man. I would have smeared that shit on his face, dude. Jeez, that shit was nasty.
That was nasty. You spit on his.
Mm-hmm. I spit on your food or your dog. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what more to add to this movie. I mean, there are some things
Is there anything you liked?
Oh yeah, like I said, I like the soundtrack. I like the last 14 minutes or 13 minutes. It's not enough to save the movie for me, but it's at least enough to it ends well. What else? Those scenes had me fucking dying, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, those scenes just. I know they weren't meant to be funny, but I was here fucking crying. Then that's about it, man. Yeah, so yeah, that's all I really got. I'm really glad you enjoyed it, though. That's why I'm glad we do stuff like this, because perspective,
Yeah.
Because I was just here talking mad shit about this movie to Victoria. Like, man, she's fucking boring.
What did she think?
Oh, she didn't watch it. Yeah, I told her the title, like, oh, it's the Devil All Time. She's like, yeah, it sounds like something I don't want to watch. I'm like, yeah. Yeah, so, but I would also like to hear Destiny. You guys don't know her, it's like a friend of ours.
She said it was good. Well, I don't remember if she said it was good, or I think she said her boy Tom did good at it. I think that's maybe what she said.
That sounds more like an accurate statement.
But I don't know. This is like movie number 2 this week that got shit on that I thought was great.
Oh, really? What?
Yeah, I watched Repo, the genetic opera.
Oh, but you said you wanted us to do that one too.
Yeah.
So maybe we should save that.
Oh.
Because you put that.
But I mean, like, it's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Okay.
And I was watching it with Darby, and she got so bored she couldn't finish it.
Oh, dude.
I was like, what? This is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Dude, that's how I felt like for me. Did Darby like this movie?
She didn't watch it with me.
Oh, okay.
Like, she saw me watching bits and pieces, and she's like, so this movie's horrible.
Oh, like in what, like tone wise?
Just the gore.
No,
She's
okay.
like very sensitive with all of that stuff, and like I don't know, I can separate it and be like, this is a movie, these are special effects and stuff like that. But for her, like, it just doesn't work like that. She takes it at like the face value.
Yeah.
Every time I see, one thing she said, which I was like, what? She has said, like, if you can think up stuff like Saw or whatever, that means you want to do it. And I was like, that's not true at all.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I don't think so. I mean, like, it's just your imagination runs wild.
Yeah.
And some people, like, imagine certain things, and
it's art for them.
It's better to get it out of your head and express it in art than to, like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's just an art form. That's all it is.
But yeah, so she's kind of sensitive to that stuff. My reaction to seeing like gore in films and stuff is like, how did they accomplish that?
Oh yeah.
Especially like when it's something that's like really convincing. Like, because there's easy ways to fake a lot of the stuff that you see in movies, but like every now and then, like one scene comes along that you're just like baffled, and you're like, how did they accomplish that?
I mean, this one kind of had like a shock death we talked about earlier with Helen. When she got punctured in the neck, it just kind of came out of nowhere. Yeah. Actually, speaking, what's Roy? That's Helen's husband's name.
Yeah.
So I thought this one part was really weird. So we see Roy, after he kills Helen, he's trying to go to the cops, and it said like, I try to resurrect her, and it didn't work. Then the brother was like, you sound kind of nuts, dude. So that's how it kind of goes into running, and he gets killed by Carl and Sandy, and we see that. Then at the end of the movie, they bring back a picture, and they're like, they brought back that part. They're like, Roy's kind of useless for them, but they kept the picture anyway. I was just like, so what was the point of this? We already saw that he got killed. Why did we bring that back to tell us, he was useless? We know that as a viewer, and I thought that would have worked better if Roy disappeared in the beginning. You don't know about what happened to Roy. Then you find out at the end, you're like, that's what happened. He became like a victim. Then it could be like, then that information would have hit harder in the ending. To me, at that point, just like useless information.
Is that? I thought that was the picture that Arvin picked up.
Is it the one?
Yeah, and I think that was the significance of why they brought it back.
Oh, okay. That makes sense then.
Because I think.
Funny enough, that I guess it goes back to how Lenora forgets her dad, but maybe it's what that Arvin found, which happens to be Lenora's dad, is what kind of gives him information about Sandy and Carl being bad people and stuff like that. May have saved his life in the end. Who knows? Well, so it goes back to the whole full circles thing.
Yeah.
But from what you have anything more to add to this movie at all?
I'm trying to think. I also like, the ending wasn't very definitive, but I thought it was like a good ending nonetheless.
It fits.
Of like, because, you can't go on like a shooting rampage of like all those people and expect to like talk your way out of it, especially with everything that's going on. And so he's like, he thought of going back and telling everybody what had happened, but it's like, that's probably not a good idea. So he just like is on the run and he gets picked up by somebody, and then, he like starts to drift off to sleep, and then that's the end of the movie.
Well, it kind of before that he touches about how he's thinking about going to Vietnam. So it goes like full circle about how his dad was, came back from the war, and maybe for him his escape is going into the war. So it's like a vicious cycle, which I guess is the overall theme of this movie. But I'm ready to give my review.
Oh, okay, what's your?
It'll be definitely 4 accidental suicides out of 10.
Oh god.
And for me, it's just because the movie was very tedious. Not a lot of stuff going on technically for me. I can't imagine recommending this movie to anybody. I can't say like, hey, it's a good watch. I can't do that. And I can't even do that in a way like, oh, it's not good, but it's funny. I can't. It's just. I'm still glad I watched it because I'm really glad we're doing this because it exposes me to like different stuff I would never maybe even thought of. And I feel bad for shitting on it because you really like the movie, but it's just that's my opinion.
I wouldn't say like I really like super liked it, but it was entertaining for me for sure.
Oh yeah, you might as well give your review.
Oh, I would say let me think, because there's I don't know. Like after thinking about it, it wasn't like high up there in the rating for me either. But I wouldn't go as low as a 4.
Oh yeah.
Maybe I'd say like a 7.
Okay.
7 crucified dogs.
Oh. This is just a dark episode, man.
Yeah, it really was. Yeah, but kind of a dark movie. So
yeah, it really is like this movie takes itself very seriously.
Do you wanna give some insight into our scheduling at the end of this?
Oh yeah, I guess we're taking a break for
a
couple of weeks.
For 2 weeks. is what's planned for right now. So
yeah,
this will be our last episode. You know, for at least 2 weeks.
yeah, a couple of weeks maybe.
Yeah.
Kind of figure some stuff out and just take a break too. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Things are starting to come up
Mm-hmm.
in our actual personal lives, but yeah, hopefully by the time we come back, we'll have some updates for sure when it comes to like the set.
Yeah.
Since we're trying to make this kind of like the permanent filming location.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll spice this place up. So there's more to look at. But yeah, I'm trying to think of. I guess we could also start doing more content too. You know, we're talking about discussions and stuff like that, and how you talked about last time.
Like different types of content. I would love to do like a short.
A short?
Yeah.
Like a short segment or?
Short film.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Or like, you know, just like little
stuff here and there.
Yeah, sketch comedy or something like that.
Oh, can you imagine? Mofos with a sketch comedy.
Mofos.
Yeah. Mofos with a long sketch comedy.
Sketchy mofos.
Yeah, oh my god. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. But yes, make sure to like and subscribe.
Yeah.
And
or else you'll have some accidental suicide.
Oh my god, unless you kick the bucket. Oh damn, that's actually really dark. I shouldn't say that. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. And please, leave comments about your thoughts about the movie. Also, you know, improvements and stuff we could do better.
Mm-hmm.
And catch you guys next time.
Yep. See you.